What's going on, Ballhawks? It's Coach Williams, and I'm back for another breakdown. So, as we all watched in the NFC Championship game last week, Kevin King had a rough game. And there were some critical mistakes that he made in key situations that ended up leading to either scores or situations that put the Packers in a really, really bad spot. So I wanted to do a breakdown to show young DBs some of these mistakes because I see them commonly. And I want you to be able to learn from that. Let's learn from an NFL guy. Everyone makes these mistakes. So if you do it, it's okay. But let's get on it and let's get better here. So with that being said, I am not in the Packers locker room, obviously. I don't know how these guys coach him. I don't know how Coach Pettin tells him, to do his technique and different stuff. But to me, some of these things were just cardinal sins of playing DB. So here we go. Let's get to the first one. It's 3rd and 7. It's 3rd and 7 on the 15-yard line. And on this play, the Bucs ended up scoring a touchdown on him. So let's break down what happened. All right. So we got the stack alignment here, right? And at the start, he's in a good spot. He's outside leverage. They're banjoing it, and they're going to let the routes distribute. So as the play progresses here, he gets hands-on. That's exactly what we want. We want to be physical with these receivers, especially with a big guy like Mike Evans. And he's in a great position, but he doesn't have contact anymore. And he's looking for the ball. And he keeps looking for the ball and keeps looking for the ball. What we want to do here, right, when we get that contact and we're in his hip pocket, we want to get on top and force him to the sideline with our body, right? Although he's running there, we want to get our body on top and make sure that that guy gets pushed to the pylon and to the sideline. But he's looking back for the ball too early. And the thing about looking back for the ball too early is it's really hard to know where a ball is in the air and be able to judge it when it's not being thrown to you. I've been in that situation before where I've looked back for the ball too early when I was playing in college, and you feel like you're in a position to make an interception, and we'll see it right here. He mistimes his jump. You see how he jumps way too early? That's not because, he's not a good athlete or he's not good at, judging a football. It's that it's really hard to be able to judge that ball in the air if we don't have contact. So we want to get contact because the ball is being thrown to the receiver. Once we're on top, then we can look back for the ball. We can be physical and play it. If you can't feel him, you're in a bad spot. So that was the first mistake that he made. All right. So now we're going to go to the next one. And it's the one that everybody knows about. Everyone was talking about. It was the score right before halftime. And this was mainly a problem of just situational awareness. Okay? So let's break down exactly what the situation is here, right? So it's about to be half, right? I think there's 6 seconds left at this point in the half, okay? They don't have any timeouts. So if the ball is caught anywhere in here, anywhere on the field, the half is over and we can go into halftime. And I believe they were only down 4 points at this point. So they would have been in a fine position going into halftime. I think they were getting the ball back too. So you got to be situationally aware. So let's look at this play. All right. So at the start of the play, they're in bunch, right? So this is Gronk right here. So they're in bunch. And King is lined up outside right here. He's in a good spot. That's what you want to do, right? Remember my video, if you're on my TikTok, where I talk about the cone adjustment to a bunch trips? He's exactly where you want to be. He's on the outside. But as the play progresses here, right, Scotty Miller gets behind him. You cannot allow that. You cannot let him get outside of you. You've got to have outside leverage because any ball caught in here, look at all the help he's got. He's got 3 guys in here and there's only 1 receiver in here. He's got to stay to the outside. And also, these guys get paid millions of dollars. I don't know what his salary is, but these guys get paid millions of dollars. They watch a lot of film. Everybody knows that the Bucks are a team that wants to throw the ball up in the air, right? You can't go into this and think, yeah, they're going to try to throw an out route and try to get a field goal or something like that with a shaky field goal kicker in the cold weather. It's just not the best spot, right? It's not the best option for them. The best option for them is to get Tom Brady back here and throw that ball into the end zone, right? So you got to know that it's going to be a lot harder. Force them to complete that out route, because if you give up a touchdown before halftime, man, that is just not a good spot to be in. Totally drains the momentum of the team. You've got to be situationally aware. So he is inside leverage now. He went from outside leverage to inside leverage, and they make him pay. They make him pay on this play. Touchdown. It's not good, okay? So, also, we're going to look at this from the tight, too, because there's a good angle that we can see. Now, let's watch Tom Brady here. I'll do it slowly. I want you to watch Tom Brady, and I want you to watch his eyes, right? So we're slowed down here, okay? Look at Tom. His eyes are looking at this the whole time. He doesn't even look off the safety or anything. He is looking at this one the whole time. He knows exactly where he's going with the ball from the start of the play, right? So boom, he throws it up, okay? Touchdown, all right? Now, the significance of that, the reason why I bring it up is, let's go back now. Watch King again. He's not looking at his guy. He can see. He has vision that Tom Brady is going to throw this ball, right? He can see it the whole way, right? So you got to understand right now, I got to get outside, because there's only one route he's going to run here, right? If he runs that deep out or deep comeback or something like that, you can tackle him in the field, or if he gets out of bounds and you give up 3 points, who cares? You've got to see that. You've got to know that that ball is coming there and they're trying to get a cheap, easy 7 points in this situation. And they did. And they did. So, gotta remember, in these situations, when there's no time left in the half or anything like that, outside leverage. Do not be inside leverage on that situation, because he's going to get behind you and he's going to score. So, now we're going to look at the last one. And the last one is the one that everybody saw too. It was the one that really, ended up deciding the game. Okay. This one ended up deciding the game. All right. So here we go. Again, we've got our cone adjustment, right? So they're in bunch, okay? So King, now he's the inside defender, right? So let's watch. Okay, they motion out of it, but they're still pretty tight, right? They motion out, they motion back. All right. Notice this. So look at Jair Alexander. Hips, shoulders, square to the line of scrimmage. This safety right here, hips, shoulders, square to the line of scrimmage. This guy right here, not perfectly square, but still square to the line of scrimmage. All the linebackers, square to the line of scrimmage. Him, turned. Be patient. Be patient. We say this in football all the time. Any O-line guys watching this, offensive linemen all the time, what do they tell you? Stay square to the line of scrimmage. Keep your hips and shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. DBs, exact same thing. You are going to win your matchup if you stay square for as long as possible, right? We've got to stay square to the line of scrimmage. And when you do something like this, especially if you're in man, right? So he's got to carry whichever one of these inside routes goes inside, right? If you got to go across the field, now you got to flip your hips around, or if he goes around, you got a speed turn or something like that. Like, this is just not a good spot to be in. You got to keep your hips and shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. You've got to. And boom. He commits the penalty, and that ends up costing. Flag comes in, that ends up costing them the game. So now we're going to watch it from this angle, right, from the tight, so we can show you the penalty here. All right, let's slow it down. See, we can see it right there. He's tugging. The most egregious hold I may have seen in a situation in my life like this. And the problem with that is we've got to, again, have situational awareness, right? You cannot tug on the receiver's jersey like that in this situation. Now, I did a video on TikTok before saying if you're going to hold, grab the inside of the jersey because then the refs can't see it, right? That he had the outside of the jersey, but also you have to understand where you are in the game, okay? Now, if it's the last play of the game and the team is down and they're trying to throw the ball in the end zone or something like that and you're beat, hell yeah, hold a guy, pass interfere, do all that stuff. Why? Because you force them to line up and play again, right? If you hold in this situation or pass interfere in this situation, you are almost guaranteeing that the game is over. You're putting it in the ref's hands, especially when you do it that egregiously. You're giving the refs the opportunity to take the game away from you. So what you should do in that situation is if you're beat and it's for the first down, let him catch the ball, right? Just keep pursuing to the football, keep trying to get there, keep trying to make a play, but it's okay if he catches it. And the reason for that is Kevin King in this situation was not situationally aware. But what if the receiver's not situationally aware, right? What if he doesn't realize all I have to do right now is slide and the game is over? What if he tries to put a move on somebody or something like that? You get a safety coming down, trying to help out or something like that, and you come up from behind and punch that ball out, right? Keep fighting and keep playing until the play ends. Don't hold on in that situation, right? That puts you in a bad spot, and you end up having what happened here, and this essentially cost them the game. So these are some small little things that, happen in the game, but they add up, right? If he doesn't give up a touchdown on either of those plays, they're in the game, right? They're in the game. They're in a good spot. They probably don't end up kicking the field goal on their last offensive possession. They say, okay, well, if we score here, we're going to win the game, right? So those points, those little situations like that, they end up adding up. So, be aware, understand where you are on the field, understand what you're doing, and just, focus in and lock in. It's okay to make mistakes, but let's make those mistakes in practice. And then when we get in the games, let's turn it on, all right? So I appreciate you guys listening to this video, listening to me break stuff down. I'll be back again soon. If I can get to 100 subscribers before the Super Bowl, I've broken down every time that Patrick Mahomes has ever been sacked this season. So I have some ideas of what the Bucs could do or what they're going to do in the game to be able to get some pressure on Mahomes, because I think that's going to be the X factor in it. So come back, subscribe to my channel, and if I get 100 subscribers before the Super Bowl, I'll do that for you guys. All right, Ball Hawks, keep balling.